The Acolyte trailer has just dropped, so let's break it down. Okay, so this trailer was more a teaser than a trailer because it delivered us a theme rather than giving us any story points, and the theme is dark, which I'm all about. This dark theme is consistent with the route Star Wars has recently been going that started in the Clone Wars, then into Andor, Kenobi, and the Bad Batch. We get a lot of quick shots of the Jedi that will appear along with some of the villains. We will call them villains because I'm not sure if they are Sith or just dark side users, but overall I thought it was good. We find out that someone is out there committing crimes, specifically killing Jedi, and they need to do something about it. We get to meet Amanda Stenberg's character, who I presume to be the main character. She wears purple robes, which is meant to resemble being neutral in the Force, as George Lucas really paid attention to colors that were used in the originals. The show aims to hold that up, and if you blend red and blue, the Jedi and Sith, you get purple. So she doesn't quite fit neatly into the Sith or the Jedi. She is morally gray and will use the Force as such. We get a lot of combat shots, some hand-to-hand martial arts style of fights, as once again George drew heavy inspiration from martial arts and samurai films, and the show aims to pay homage to his. And we see this fight has Amanda Luz and Carrie-Anne Moss's character combating each other. I think Carrie-Anne's character will be dispatched by the council to find out who is committing these crimes, all while Amanda Luz's character is trying to do so for her own personal reasons. I think Amanda Luz's character was a former Jedi who was the apprentice to Carrie-Anne's character, and their relationship had dissolved very poorly, leading Amanda Luz to stray away from the Jedi Order. Maybe her character has seen the writing on the wall for the Jedi and wanted to distance herself, as this show is supposed to show how the Sith operated in secret and gained power all the way up to Palpatine's era. So we will see how the Jedi at the height of their power begin to lose control. But one of the scenes that stuck out to me the most was the last scene. We see a red blade come flying out of the woods at a group of Jedi, and the Jedi retaliate against this attack. They would all be destroyed through a very powerful Force push. This is either a Sith Lord, which I presume it to be, or a dark side user. Who is the Sith Lord? I'm not quite sure, but I do know it's not Plagueis, who is Palpatine's master, as a lot of you guessed he would make an appearance in the show possibly, and while it's not his character, it's quite possible it's someone connected to Plagueis. And the Darth Plagueis novel, which is Legends, so this information can all be changed, but the novel suggests that Plagueis had been the master of Palpatine for several decades, which puts us at a minimum of 20 years before the Phantom Menace. But then Plagueis himself had a master named Darth Tenebris. Tenebris was killed during an expedition to a mine. The two Sith Lords were investigating a vein of Cortosis ore, a material known for its ability to resist lightsaber blades, when Plagueis triggered a cave-in, intending to kill Tenebris. Tenebris was mortally wounded when a piece of the cave ceiling pierced his body. As he lay dying, he attempted to transfer his consciousness into Plagueis through a Sith technique, but ultimately failed and died. Considering Plagueis' lengthy tenure as a Sith Lord before the events of the Phantom Menace and his own time as an apprentice, it's reasonable to estimate that Tenebris died somewhere between 50 to 70 years before the Phantom Menace. Now, we're getting real close to that time period of the show, which is 100 years before the Phantom Menace. So it's quite possible that Tenebris could be in the show as a Sith apprentice or a lone Sith Lord who would eventually find his apprentice in Darth Plagueis. The show is supposed to show how they gain their power, and to do so in this time period, it would be hard to step around Plagueis without any connections. Overall, this trailer got me hyped and I'm super excited for more, but what do you guys think?